Hi players, bonjour from Paris. My name is Asaf and welcome to my channel Easy Board Games. Today I'm going to present to you a small haul that I got from my recent visit to the US. So before I went there, I actually managed to snag a few games on BGG Marketplace that I think it's pretty cool. But also I would like to share with you, like after I bought all of these games, and I think that 50% probably are just expansions, I wanted to show you and emphasize, because I talked about it in one of my recent videos, how irrational at least I'm finding myself when it comes to board games. Now, I'm of course not calling anyone out, okay? I'm just speaking about myself, but I do think that some of you, at least to a certain degree, will be able to identify with what am I talking about. So I'm going to integrate it into the video slowly, but let's start with the first game that I got. This is a game that was on my radar for a long time, and that is Battlestar Galactica. Do I know the IP? Have I ever watched the series? Nope, but I did hear so many good things about this game. Probably a game that came before its time, right? People are still playing this game today and enjoying it. This is, of course, by Fantasy Flight Games, so you can already imagine that this is out of print, and I'm going to say it in every video that I'm talking about Fantasy Flight Games. This probably was the golden era of FFG, so this is a game that I'm really looking forward to learn. And you're probably telling yourselves, or at least screaming at the TV, Asaf, you really need to get some expansions for this game. So I don't have it right now with me, but I did get already the first expansion. And let me tell you guys, leave the game alone. I think I got it for, I want to say $95, something like that, which is relatively cheaper than what you can find this game usually. Although yesterday I saw on BGG Facebook group someone that got this for $2 in how do you guys call it, a thrift store or something like that. I don't know what's going on in the US. This is insane. I think I would have wanted just to go from one state to another to all of the thrift stores to see what am I missing there. $2 to get this game is quite insane. So I got the first expansion, and the thing, or the funny or the irrational thing that I have over here, so this is just to connect it a little bit to the title of the video, is that I got the expansion before I actually got the board game. And not only before I got the board game, actually before I managed to play the board game even one time. So I think that what is happening over here, or at least that's what I'm telling myself, is that if I'm finding, like if I suspect that I'm going to like a board game, I would like to already get an expansion if I know, or at least read, that the expansion is going to add a few things to the game itself. Getting the other two expansions is pretty much, for now, mission impossible for me. The prices are insane. I don't think that I would like to spend more than 200 euros for an expansion for a game that I haven't played yet. So that is pretty insane to me, and just showing myself how irrational consumer I'm actually when it comes to board games. But we're going to have a few more examples for that. So Battlestar Galactica is the first game that I wanted to show you. Let's move on to another expansion. You can see it's still new in shrink, and that is a Mosaic Wars and Disasters. Of course, the expansion for Mosaic. And it took me a lot of time to find actually the expansion that correspond to the Colossus, if I'm not mistaken, the Colossus edition that I got a while ago. I think that the base game I got secondhand, but it was still new and shrinking, about 100 euros. So I think it was a good price. And for, I want to say about 2 years, I was hunting. 2 years, I don't want to be mistaken so much, but I think it's about a year and a half, at least, if I'm not mistaken again, that I've been hunting down for the expansion. Because for the base game itself, that I just did the setup and started to learn the game, then I had to take it off the table. I heard that, I saw that people are kind of lukewarm towards, but I did read comments that the expansion is actually adding quite a lot. So finding this expansion that correspond to the Colossus edition took me a while. I think that I saw in so many websites this expansion going for sometimes even 400 euros. For me, it's just an insane amount to take for an expansion. Again, not only in general 400 euros for an expansion, but for a game that I never even played before. This one I got for $50 again on the BGG Marketplace, so I'm pretty happy about that. So that is the second game that I wanted to present you, the second expansion, or the first expansion. Moving on to another expansion that is also new in Shrink. Hopefully this is not when you're going to stop the video, but this is a Darkest Dungeon, the Crimson Court expansion. So at least here, I can tell you that I played the base game and you already know what I feel about Mythic games. They can all go F themselves. Really a catastrophe. I don't want to go into it again because I talked about it in already a few videos, but at least in this game, I enjoyed really the base game, and I got a lot of upgrades for it. So this is a game that I would really like to bring into the channel. Not only probably is a how to play or an explanatory playthrough, but actually is maybe something weekly or bi-weekly of a stream, which is something that I'm going to start doing on the channel after I'm moving to Poland. So going into this full-time YouTube, I do want to find more stuff that I can do regarding board games, and I think that live stream is going to be something pretty nice, and I think that to have a campaign of Darkest Dungeon can be one of the things that I'm going to do. So this expansion I managed to find, I want to say, for about $60 plus minus, and I think that it's a relatively good price for that. So that is the second expansion. Let's move on for another game and another out-of-print Fantasy Flight game, and that is Chaos in the Old World. Now, this is another probably example of how irrational consumer I am when it comes to board games. Recently, I don't know if you paid attention, but I had Fantasy Flight game, the name of the game, Gears of War. Now, I read a lot about this game and people told me that it's a little bit outdated. I felt like buying this game in any case. I played it. I think that it's a good game for what it gives you. I think that it's not my type of board games, and this is why I ended up giving it away. But I do want to make a top 10 list, for example, for Fantasy Flight games, out of print games. So I just want to try all of them. Does it make sense? Nope. And I think that more than a few people told me that Chaos in the Old World is it's a nice game, but it's a game that probably doesn't hold up until today. Is it true or not? I have no idea, but I'm definitely eager to dive into it. Again, when it comes to the expansion, I forgot the name of it. I'm going to put it on the screen. But for the expansion, I'm just not willing to spend that much of money, okay? That is insane to me to spend $250 or $300 for the expansion, sorry. It's just too much for a game that I haven't played, that I don't know if I'm going to like. And in general, just to spend so much money for an expansion is crazy. And even a lower amount of that, and I'm going to show it to you probably with the last expansion that I'm going to present you in this video. I don't know, you guys. I don't know. I don't know if the expansion really upgrades the game to a degree that it's, I don't want to say unplayable without, but really enhances the experience. I'll give you another example. When I purchased Sid Meier's Civilization from 2010, people told me you need to, from the get-go, implement the 2 expansions into the game. Don't play it without it. So that's exactly what I did. I hunted down both of these expansions. Again, it took me some time because in France it's a little bit difficult to find a copy in English, but I managed to get these expansions in any case. And later on this year, or at the beginning of next year, 2026, I definitely want to table this game and at least have some content for you. So another game that is already 2 Fantasy Flight games out of print that I got. So that's pretty sweet. Let's move on to the next game, and probably only one of 2 games that I got that I actually played and liked. That is Tyrants of the Underdark. That is the second edition for the game. The first edition, so here's the thing, okay? The second edition comes already with the expansion in it, but it doesn't have those cool minis, let's call them like that, because it's not really miniatures, but you know, the small plastic thingies that you had in the first edition. So this game that I got thanks to Adrien that taught me this game, and I really fell in love with it. I think this is probably arguably the best deck builder that I have ever played. I wanted to get this game for a long time, and I think I got this again in the US for about $25. So I thought to myself, it's too cheap to not get it. I'm super happy that I got it. But at the same time, I already got the upgrades from Etsy, basically. So I'm happy about that. You know, you have here printed spies and also like the soldiers themselves. So this is another thing that I have over here. And also on top of that, I'm kind of waiting for it to arrive already. I got a playmat for this game. So I'm pretty excited to see how it goes. Tyrants of the Underdark is another game that I got in the US. I'm really excited to bring it to the table and to have also content free. I think it's going to take me less time to relearn it, just because the rules are relatively simple. Great game. I really enjoyed it, and I'm happy to. I'm not going to say it just now because we're going to have the series of top 100 games, no more and no less, coming back this November. But I can already give you a hint that this game is definitely going into my collection. I'm super happy that I got it. The next game that I got is actually a kind of a change that I'm doing because I have the regular version and now I just got the deluxe edition of Brass Birmingham. Absolutely a game that I like. I don't play it enough. I really enjoy this Euro game. When I was in the US, I taught this game to my brother and two nephews. They're at age, I want to say 12 and 14, almost 15. They got it pretty quickly. Well, they did have a good teacher. Stupid jokes aside, they really enjoyed this game. I'm happy to have this deluxe edition, although it doesn't have the upgraded resources like, you know, the coal and the iron, just the poker chips. But still, I got it for, I want to say $45, something like that. I thought it's too much of a good deal to let go, especially because I saw that other articles of the deluxe edition are going for more than 100. So I thought if I'm getting this one and I'm selling my previous copy, that should be pretty cool. So Brass Birmingham is another game that is already, of course, in my collection, but I'm just happy to upgrade what I have right now. Moving on to the last thing that almost the last thing that I got. It's another expansion, and that is Great Western Trail Rails to the North. Now, here's the thing, you guys. I got this game because I got into a local game store, right? It always feels bad to just look around and going empty-handed. So not to say that they didn't have a good selection, they had there a great selection, but most of the games there that I was interested in are actually already in my collection, or already I played them and they left the collection, or some sort of that. Great Western Trail is a game that I got a while ago. It's probably one of the first board games that I got when I got into the hobby. I liked it. I didn't continue playing it. Okay, this is a game that I definitely want to bring back to the table. And while I was there, I was contemplating between Great Western Argentina and New Zealand and the expansion. People are having so many different opinions about this. Like, if you like the core mechanics, then you should take, I think, New Zealand. That's what they said. And if you want something, I'm mixing here, okay? I'm confusing between what they said, but at the end of the day, I couldn't decide really what I wanted to take out of the three. And because I didn't want to, I don't think that I need to have Great Western Trail like the second edition of the base game, and also New Zealand, and also Argentina, or I don't know. So I thought I should just take the expansion, but please, I'm asking of you, please comment on the video and tell me which other Great Western Trail should I have gotten to my collection, or at least try. What is the difference? And let me know if I need to keep more than one game, or it's pretty much you've seen one, you've seen them all. So I'm waiting for you guys. The last thing that I got, that's another expansion. You can already guess the company that manufactured it. That is Warrior Knights, the expansion for Warrior Knights, Crown and Glory. Now, I don't remember which one of my viewers recommended me for a long time to get a Warrior Knights. I think it was Vito, but please correct me and I apologize for that. The base game is very easy to get. It goes for something maybe 10 euros at the lowest, up to 25, which is really not crazy. But again, this is something that people told me you should get the expansion to enrich your experience. The game is much better. So to a certain degree, it kind of upsets me, but like I got accustomed to it, that Fantasy Flight Games are having like a base game, which is between okay and sometimes not so good. For example, Fallout, that the expansion just take a bad game and makes it a wonderful game. StarCraft, that I love the base game, but the expansion adds a lot, really changes the game and makes it just better. Rune Wars, actually, I think that Rune Wars was the only game that I got that the expansion was nice to have, but definitely not for the price. And I think the base game alone is just great. And that's pretty much it. Battle for Rokugan, it doesn't have an expansion, thank God, because just getting the base game is already a lot of problems. But Warrior Knights, now I definitely can table the game. The expansion is relatively small, so I suspect that it's not going to be a lot of work to integrate the expansion directly into the base game from the get-go. So that is the last thing that I got. So in total, I think that I got pretty nice haul. And of course, something that I forgot to show you, I got a playmat. You want to guess for which game? That is going to be for Mosaic as well. So already going some sort of like all in for Mosaic, even though I haven't played this game even once. Weird, irrational, doesn't make sense. I need to stop with this, you guys. I honestly need to stop buying an expansions for games that I haven't played yet. It doesn't make sense. If you can identify with this feeling, comment on this video. Let me know that I'm not alone in this world for doing weird, irrational stuff like that. And that is it, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate it. I hope that you saw something that you like, or at least this video made you smile. Take care, and I'll see you next time.